Mini episode 1616 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 1601 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our spoiler-free review of the HBO anthology True Detective Season 2. Here's our top 5 things to know about this program. Number 5. It was a hugely maligned show condemned by elitist critics who felt that it didn't live up to the high art of Season 1. It was a wildly different crime story, but hey, that's the nature of anthologies. It's the story of a corrupt city manager in Southern California who gets killed in the midst of his dealings with mobsters who've gotten their hooks into a rail project that he's putting together. It is a very tangled and layered story, with each major character having a few subplots, some going way back, such as war crimes in Iraq and a cache of diamonds stolen during the 1992 LA riots. Much of the criticism of this season is simply a churlish dismissal of anything coming after the vaunted first season, which was admittedly great in its own right. Number 4, it's got a heck of a cast, with Rachel McAdams playing against type as a bad girl cop as perhaps the biggest breakout performance. Colin Farrell plays a dirty cop haunted by a traumatic divorce, and the third cop investigating the crime is played by Taylor Kitsch in a role unfairly dismissed by too many critics. Kitsch's character is an Iraq War vet struggling with PTSD, scars from a dysfunctional mother, and some amount of grappling with his own sexuality. Vince Vaughn plays the mobster aligned with both the city manager who is killed and Colin Farrell's cop character, and he delivers an outstanding performance, running the gamut from his usual charm to significant menace to surprising emotional vulnerability. His wife is played by Kelly Riley, and every scene that these two share just crackles with energy. There are a lot of excellent actors and actresses in minor roles, and one of the real standouts is actually Rick Springfield. This project was an excellent melding of roles and acting talent. Number 3, it is very, very dense in terms of the backstory and in terms of the focus on numerous characters. As such, it can be a bit challenging to follow, which is the closest that we'd come to a criticism of this great limited series. Number 2, much like in Season 1, there is a massive shootout at some point that is both totally engrossing and something that changes the trajectory of the story. Also, the time jump tactic is utilized in the storytelling as well, allowing for maximum effectiveness in laying out how the transformative events affected those left to carry on. Number 1, the last scenes in the series finale with Vince Vaughn are characterized by some of the finest acting that you will find anywhere. If this is surprising to you, dig into his career a bit deeper. These moments are part of a finale with high highs and very low lows emotionally. As with Season 1, there is a fair bit of cynicism about the ability of well-connected criminals to get away with what they've done, but the epilogue posits an interesting series of potential developments at the conclusion of the actual story. At any rate, True Detective Season 2 is far better than what so many elitist critics portrayed it as, and it's very entertaining and even thought-provoking. Thank you for tuning in to this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.